Hey there, welcome to another episode of Fans in Motion, the Ultimate Night Ranger podcast. On this episode, Florida Man and we're going to recap the glorious year of 2025. Can you believe that? 2025. We're in the back
I thought
half.
I'd be dead by now. I thought I'd be dead by now.
Well, probably, mentally and emotionally, we are.
True.
But now we're on the backside of 30, the backside of 2020s, and we're going to talk about 2026, what's coming up, and we're going to talk about the year that was in 2025. So, Dave Nadelman, hey man, how was your Christmas?
It was good. I Right after Christmas, I got sick, cold, went around the whole house, and spent Christmas and New Year's recovering. You? In
Well,
80-degree weather. So how can I don't know how I can get sick in 80-degree weather.
well, it's more about you probably not drinking enough and having too much blood in your alcohol system. Um, and we were going to record this last week, but the one day that we were going to record, I was not feeling the greatest. So here we are recording it this week. Um, did you have a good New Year's?
Other than being sick, I stayed home. Yeah, good New Year's. Good New
You,
Year's.
you should have you should have got fucked up on New Year's if you're already sick. You know what I mean? Like you can't make it any worse.
A buddy of mine gave me a jar of moonshine that he makes at home, so I wanted to try that, and I just wasn't up to it, but I'm gonna try it this weekend.
Well, there you go. So I'm going to let our Florida man handle this episode a little bit. He's the one that's he's been like, "Hey man, can I take the lead on this? I want to go through and do all the research and talk about all the fine points." So Florida man, where do you want to start with?
Was I supposed to research this?
Huh? Nah, just
I'm kidding.
off the cuff, off the cuff.
Well, actually, 2025 was a notable year. Lots of things going on, but most notable was the 30th anniversary of Seven Wishes.
Someone can't fucking count.
Sorry, 40 years. What the hell am I saying?
Jeez.
Yeah,
I'm glad I got the Night Ranger expert on this podcast series. So yes, if it was 2015, we would have the 30th anniversary of Seven Wishes, but it is 2025, and that means it was the 40th anniversary of Seven Wishes. Yeah, so
it was also the 35th anniversary, and I got that number right, of Damn Yankees album.
correct. We could go 30 years of Mojo. Well, it came out in '05. We got 20 years of, is that the Acoustic and Rarities record?
Possibly, possibly.
Yeah, so 20 years of me not listening to that. Uh, and
10 years of High Road.
well, that's 14, but
That's
we
true.
could do 11 years. You're hitting them out of the ballpark here,
Yeah,
Nadelman.
I am. Yeah, I am.
Uh, and yeah, so and there was another anniversary. It was the fifth 5-year anniversary of ATBPO, and the band played on. But yeah, and well, obviously that 40th anniversary of Seven Wishes is going to come up a few times in this episode. It plays into a lot of um, segues into a lot of probably other discussions that we're going to
Yeah.
have. One, including your background there. Um, but yeah, so what's your thoughts on 40 years of Seven Wishes there, Turbo?
It was my very first Night Ranger that I bought new in the store day of.
How old were
And
you in
I
1985?
I was 15, 16.
Okay. Um, so were you driving at that point? You said you went to the store and bought it?
Yeah, I was, well, I may have biked to the store because even though I was driving, I may not have had a car,
Mm.
but um
So you went to the store and it was, you said it was what was it, the first CD or the first cassette
it was the first Night Ranger cassette I bought new
coming out?
coming out.
Okay. Um,
And it was the first time I saw Night Ranger in 85 as well as you have, but you were like, what, two? You
Well,
were
I
8 or
was
something.
at the beginning of '85. I was 7. I turned 8 in June, and I saw Night Ranger for the first time in August. So there you are. Yeah. Where did you see Night Ranger at?
It was in Miami, Florida at the James L. Knight Center. Second to
Uh,
last row in the back because there was a group of like 20 of us that went with some kind of city
mm,
program that we had.
yeah, troubled youth probably, but
Try it was not troubled youth.
um, but yeah. So mine was at the Iowa State Fair. Obviously, if you've listened to this podcast, I've told the stories 1,000 times. Um, Big deal. Back in the '80s, the Iowa State Fair, there wasn't much in Columbus to see. Um, you know what's funny, or I don't know if funny is the right word. Um, Brad came to Ohio maybe a month ago or so, and um, to where basically where I live, and stayed around here, and we were driving that day up to Cleveland, the Cleveland show. So this would have been in November, and we drove. We were on 71, and just 500 yards to the left of us was the area where the High State Fair was. Well, still is, but where that
Did you point out that to Mr. Gills?
I mentioned it to him, and um, but what I was thinking was of it's just like if you'd ever thought, even 5 years ago, but when I was a kid, hey, someday you'll be driving by this with Brad Gillis, with Bubba in the car. We had Bubba in there. Um, just kind of like,
Yeah.
but it's funny too because we're driving and just bullshit, and it's like, oh yeah, about 2 miles off this highway, you guys played at the Pickerington Festival, 7 years ago, and then we're driving, and it's like you see an exit for, oh yeah, like 20 years ago you played a Rib Fest. It's like you don't realize how many, until you're on that mind frame of how many
Right.
places they've played. Eventually I just probably shut up just because it's like every 10 miles I could do this probably. But I did the High State Fair show. Those are big memories for the guys. They remember that show. Mark Newman, their guitar tech, from that period, he remembers that show. So I did point that one um out to him. The story they always talk about is the governor was in attendance for that show, Governor Celeste, and he was sitting in the front row. And I don't think they knew who the governor was, but some girl threw panties on the stage, and Jack held him up, and he threw him out into the crowd, and they landed on the governor's
On the
lap.
governor's lap.
And there's cameras there, people taking pictures, and the governor's. So that's the story they always.
That was at the show you were at?
Yeah, yeah. So I don't, you know, obviously remember that, but um, I'm sure it was a good time. Now, the Ohio State Fair did post photos maybe in 24 of like past shows, and they
Right,
posted
right.
like some of the fair employees with Night Ranger from that '85 show. So that was kind of cool to see
Yeah.
them of that day. What else we got there?
Well, the page was very active this year, mostly with the exception of Patrick Fitzgerald's daily post about a song
That guy is dedicated.
and John Juanito's Davey weekly post of the Billboard chart of that week.
Yeah.
The majority of it was, and I don't remember this in past years, but it was everybody was posting pictures of the deep cuts that Sirius XM was playing. Because I mean, that was the majority of the pictures on the page this year.
Hmm.
They've never really done that before. I don't know what changed in their format, but every day it seemed like there was a post. Oh, they played Can't Find Me a Thrill, or they played,
Hmm.
well, they never put any post up of Don't Tell Me You Love Me, but, Can't Find Me a Thrill, Young Girl in Love, a lot of Young Girl in Love on there,
Yeah.
which was kind of different. It was kind of
I mean, I
good to
remember
see that.
Seeing Chipping Away on there
Yeah.
once. And I sent a couple to the guys, just. I can't remember now, but like Young Girl in Love, I know one time when it was posted, I sent that to Kelly, it's just, a song he sings. And I know one time I sent something to Jack, Call My Name, maybe. He's like, whoa, they're playing that. I'm like, yeah. Um, so I don't know if it is that Hair Nation or is it like,
Yeah, yeah, the Hair Nation.
okay. Um, I got XM radio, but you can see how much
Yeah.
is it XM or is it Sirius?
It's Sirius XM. They're both the same company.
All right. Eventually, I'm in 2015.
Yeah,
I
turn it on.
reckon.
Maybe you'll see you. Maybe it'll update and it'll tell you.
Yeah.
Maybe yours still says Sirius
As
or still
Triumph
says
the
XM.
dog would say, Sirius Radio, the wave of the past. Um, so yeah.
And
So good.
yeah, in addition to that, though, I mean, it seemed like at least every week people were posting the requests they were getting to list from Jackson Blades or Blair Gillis. All the
Mm.
this year it seemed to be a lot of the spam, and it's not just I'm sure Night
Mm.
Ranger. I'm sure it's everything else.
Well, and we do have a guy on the page that was named after Jack Blades. I think that's Blades Harris. Is that him? Um,
There is a Blades Harris, yes.
yeah. So. Yeah, they named him after the old Jack Blades and Night Ranger. What else did you see on the page there?
A couple of posts about how some of those YouTube videos like go back and listen to a song as a young person, they're listening to a song that was big in the past, and
Oh,
there
they
were quite a
list
few Night
like
Rangers.
reaction videos,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
reaction videos.
Hmm.
So I mean, there was a couple, and there was something I think it's called the Wolf Hunter, and they do tons of them. They put them
Mm,
out every day, and just to see these people reactions listening to "Don't Tell Me You Love Me" for the first time, and from someone from this time, it was
mm.
kind of cool.
I know that I need to be better. Like I've posted, I think I just like stuff on my phone, and I got so many video, so much video, and it's just like I could just scroll and hit something. And it's like, oh shit, I should post that. Which normally, it wouldn't be probably anything too exciting, but we're all hardcore Night Ranger fans, and Jack fucking around with Sly and the Family Stone at sound check, or God, I don't know what else I've posted. Yeah, I know I posted one from a couple years ago, Brad at sound check, you know, right up close with Rumors in the Air. Um, so I've posted some of those. I need to start doing that again. Um,
You got plenty of time to do that, Josh.
oh yeah,
Right?
oh
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah,
All this free time you got.
yeah. Just loaded with it. What else you got there?
As usual, and no exception, pictures of people at shows, and the every show is now posting a fans in motion picture, whether it has two people, like our friend Orion did a couple weeks ago
Yeah,
in
Oregon.
Oregon, or 125 people, like the show that's right behind me here of our Fort Wayne, which might have been the probably the biggest film picture we've had.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some pretty good sized ones. I mean, usually it's the Midwest where we get the best, but
But
yeah,
everybody seems to post them all the time. Either that or the meet and greet videos. A lot of meet and greet videos. Seems like more people went to meet and greets this year than in previous years.
I enjoy seeing all the meet and greet photos and the stories that people post with them, and so keep posting.
Keep posting.
What else you got there, Dave?
We got our friend. Remember our good friend, Mr. Tom Chapin. Remember that guy?
Oh yeah,
Tom
from
Chapin went on a poster kick this year. Every
yay,
show he was making a customized poster, and they all looked awesome.
yeah.
Of you know they're playing Fort Wayne, and he did something Fort Wayne-ish in the background, or the Beatles on the beach thing. He
Mhm.
did one for that, and there he's a creative guy. You should put him on the payroll.
Well, I mean, I do share some of his stuff on the Fans in Motion page, like on Instagram. Obviously, he's posting it on the Facebook page. The thing with posting it on Night Ranger is the venue has to okay everything, and the band does.
Right.
I mean, I got a little leniency, like I could make an executive decision, kind of maybe on that, but I don't. get to that point because it's got to be run by, the venue, and that's just not happening. So, unfortunately, as cool as those posters are, we got to stick them, on the fan
Well, they're for
pages.
they're for us.
Yeah.
They're for us.
He has posted some stuff that wasn't venue related that I've shared on the Night Ranger pages. One that comes to mind is the stack of cassette tapes.
Right.
Um, I may have added some text or something to the top, but um,
What
you
about
know,
the Fat Man in Motion?
well, I
Do
think he,
we-
well, I think did he have a fans in motion on that logo or a Night Ranger logo?
I don't recall.
But again,
It's just
yeah,
really cool to look at that stuff. I mean,
yeah.
it's yeah, you know,
Well, we used his designs for the
for the little posters at FimFest,
FemFest
yeah.
posters. So
And we
we
had some yeah, he does a good job.
he's all right.
We had a bunch of notable shows this year, and we're going to probably talk about those. One was the Beatles on the Beach, which was kind of unique down in Delray Beach, Florida.
Did you go to that?
I was supposed to go to that, and I had a family emergency and I couldn't attend it, but it was, you know, Jack's always been Beatles
Mm.
influenced, and the whole band has actually. So for them to do a Beatles thing, but one of the most notable shows this year was the one where they did that place in Vegas. What's it, Count's Vamp?
Yeah, I was there for that. So those that don't know, you had, oh shit, what's his name? Danny Coker? Is that, fuck. Anyways, listen, you watch Pawn Stars, he was on there always, looking over their vehicles and stuff, and then you had Count's Customs on um History Channel. And then he opened his own rock club maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, called Count's Vamped. And not that I mean, they were going out of business, but I think the lot that they're building was on, they were, that owner was going to redevelop that land. So they were closing that rock club down. And for like the last month, they were bringing in bigger bands to perform. So I know Loverboy was going to be there and Faster Pussycat and Night Ranger was one of the last. So you basically got to see Night Ranger in a 200 seater, not even seats, but a 200 person rock club. So I know Lonnie and his wife were there. There were a few others, you know, um, that were there, but um,
And there were other people performed with them too, right? That night.
yeah. Well, the most interesting thing was Kelly was right center stage because they're just, well, you're talking about a rock club.
Right.
And so Kelly was center stage. Sebastian Bach came out. Um, Eric Singer of Kiss came. Sebastian Bach came out for High Enough. Eric Singer of Kiss came out and played drums for Sister Christian.
And
Jo-
Kelly just stayed up front singing.
yeah, and then they at the end they did uh, AC/DC, and Bach came back out. Joey Allen of Warrant was there. Chris Cale from Five Finger Death Punch was there. Was there any other musicians? I can't remember, but I know those were there. There were some I don't think had joined. Phil Susan, whatever his last name is. He played with Ozzy and a smattering of others. He was there. So yeah, it was very cool to see them up close at this small rock club. I mean, you're just rubbing elbows with everybody, not
Right.
because they're there, but because you're all smacked in together. And I just remember I was in the stage is just right up these little steps from the dressing room, and I was back in the dressing room. And after High Enough, Sebastian Bach came right down and handed me the mic. I'm like, all right, what am I supposed to do with this? Um,
Speaking of Ozzy, of course, this year we lost Ozzy. We had an episode on that. Um, we lost who else? We lost Ace.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could, you'd have to really sit and think because there's, um, at this point, there's just a lot. And I don't want to sit there and name
Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
and forget.
But
Um,
we did have a lot of posts on the page about Ozzy. That's
mm,
kind of why I brought that one up, and
well,
we did an episode on it. And
the the one of the things with Ozzy, even though this was done before Ozzy passed, but it was released right after he passed, was Brad and the Shout or Speak of the Devil band, Rudy and Tommy. Those three guest appeared on Rick Hughes's record and did a cover of um the fuck the not the Seeker, um the Who song. Well, luckily I got the VIP package, so I got it sitting here. There's only 100 of these. I guess my cat laid on the shirt. There you got the shirt. You got the record, which limited edition yellow. And Brad plays on The Real Me. That was the Who song with Tommy and Rudy Sarzo. But Brad also plays on track 4 called Carrying the Torch, which Brad Gillis and Jesse Bradman, keyboards for Man in Motion, and David Sykes, who played, I think, with um, the Jeff Watson group in 89, 90. They wrote the song Carry the Torch, which is track 4. And then Brad plays on another song called Shake My Soul, which Brad and Jesse Bradman wrote. So you got two co-writes by Brad and Brad playing on three songs. So you got that. And then the reason why I bought the this package was there's only 100 of these made. And of course, I need it, right?
of course you do. Just
So it's a 45 of the real me
nice.
signed by all of them. And I don't know if it's on just regular black vinyl, but yeah, the 45 wasn't sold individually, so it's got, the outline of Brad there on the cover, all signed. Yay.
Is that other album? Is that a limited album? I mean, is it
No,
like
well, I don't know about the color. It says it's a
no, no,
limited.
no. I mean, but can you find that album?
Yeah, you can order it from Frontiers. I don't know, not Frontiers, Deco Entertainment, DEKO.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know about the color. This is, like I said, yellow. But like I said, Brad plays on three songs, and he co-wrote two with Jesse Bradman on there. So there you go. A little bit of Ozzy connection there with the Speak of the Devil band. What else we got there, Turbo?
We got some more notable shows, and I don't know if we want to talk about them now, if you're going to lead into them, but obviously a big, big one was the Japan farewell tour.
Japan. All right. Well, let's do this. So,
Well, it kind of piggybacked off the other notable show from our
well,
from our point of
yeah.
view.
So I'll just kind of go through, some uh, stuff with the Night Ranger page that I'm looking at. What was cool was, for on Elvis's birthday, which is that tomorrow? Today?
The
Tomorrow, I think.
eighth, the
Yes, so
eighth.
tomorrow. Uh, 2024, we all went Jack and Carrie and Eric and us. We went to Graceland, and I got pictures with us and at the front door. But um, I was able to post for Elvis's birthday, Carrie, Jack, and Eric, up front at the front door. So that was kind of a cool post. But yeah, so I'm kind of going through here, just looking at what we, posted and stuff through the Night Ranger um, pages. I know that, like, for me, the year kind of really kicked off with I went on the 70s rock and romance cruise with the guys,
That's
and
when Night Ranger replaced Kansas at the last minute.
correct, Kansas had to drop out, and Um, Night Ranger replaced him. And I'd never been on a cruise before, so it was kind of cool to go on the cruise. And um, yeah, it
A
was,
theme cruise is very different than just going on a cruise. So it was kind of you really don't have the if you didn't go on a cruise, you went on a rock cruise, and the theme cruises are way different than a regular cruise.
yeah, you know what? I'm fine with that. It was, like I said, it was fun. Me and Eric really tied one on the first day. And then they played, a couple shows or a show one day and one night. It was only like, 3 or 4 days we were on the boat. It was cool seeing all the other acts. Um, like one memory I got is being up there, I don't know, like 11 o'clock at night up on the deck there. And I don't know, Earth, Wind and Fire, the guitar players, Earth, Wind and Fire. But anyways, they're playing Earth, Wind and Fire and just up there with Kelly and just grooving out and having fun. And
Once again, you never something you never thought your 7-year-old self would
yeah,
picture you
yeah.
doing.
Um, and,
They
other
had
th
that panel too, right? Did they have the panel? That was like the big deal.
yeah, well, that was so. Yeah, so they got the closed circuit, TV, and they would do a Q&A, and it was funny the way they came out. It was kind of usually, Jack was in the center, Brad and Kelly kind of beside him, and then Carrie and Eric on the sides. Well, that's how they came out to be like that. But the guy that was emceeing it, he was sitting on the very end, so Levy was the closest to him. So Levy got a lot of it, and the guys were fucking with him and everything, and it was a good time. It's on it's on Facebook or it's on YouTube. But a very good Q&A. The guys did a really good job, and it was really well done. I know. I think I posted some clips on the Facebook, the Fans of Motion page, so it's out there. Definitely worth seeing um, if you get the chance. Uh, and another thing was I got as we were leaving that day, I got a picture of Kelly and Mark Farner from Grand Funk Railroad together, and I talked to Mark a little bit, and he's like, "Yeah, here's my number, man." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "All right, Mark Farner, Grand Funk Railroad, giving me his number." But we went to the airport in Mexico. We're there early. It's empty, no one there. So it's just all of these rock musicians and their crew just hanging out, nothing to do, not really any place to sit, and just everybody's kind of mingling and stuff. And
Right.
somehow I came back to talking with Mark Farner, and I was like, "Hey, you want to meet Brad Gillis? Night Ranger, Ozzy Osbourne." He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Come on." So I just happened to see Brad was just kind of standing over there. So I brought Mark Farner over and introduced him to Brad, and him and Brad talked for maybe 20 minutes. But it's just like, hey, if you ever would have told me I'd be
You'd be
introducing,
introducing
yeah,
yeah.
like, yeah, here's my buddy Mark, Brad, here's, yeah. But I've done that for a few things. It's just kind of like, it's, who would ever thought that? But yeah, it was very cool. Being on that and experiencing that. Um, and I'm sure I'm going to miss some, but I know I did Gas City in April. That was a cool show. I was sick, so a lot of people didn't see me at that because I got the guys to the venue and then I was laying down in the truck. So I didn't see a lot of people, but I think that show they opened up with Boy Needs to Rock. I did kind of see that, but I was at the June show in Washington, PA, and then Grantville, PA, which Grantville was the one with Brett Michaels, and it was raining,
That's right. Yeah.
stuff like that. And the Washington PA is the one where I posted the Jack and the guys doing some
With the airplane.
slide in the Family
Oh,
Stone.
okay.
That was a sound check there. And I'm sure I'm missing,
I
some
don't
other
think I did
stories
too
with
many
that.
shows this year. I was trying to think about it, and I think I only went to 2 shows this year.
And then right after that, I got home, and the next day I flew to Vegas, did that Vegas run with the Counts Vamp. And then, like, something that was, big with me is so July 4th, they were playing. Oh, hey, 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 give me a second here.
What?
What we got? What we got? What we got?
What do you?
I'm hoping he's got clothes on. Let's see
What
what
up?
what up, homie cheese? We're recording, so make sure there's no strippers in your background, or at least make sure you got pants on.
I do. I'm
We can't s-
driving in
we can't
in
see you
LA. I
though.
know. I know. Hold on. I'm trying to
All right,
figure that out. How do I? Let's see. Can I? Let's see here. What do I got to do? I because
He's
I
putting
did it
his
as.
pants on. He's putting his pants on.
yeah, yeah. How do I
No,
close that? How
I.
do I? Yeah, to
Okay.
close.
Start video. How about now?
Yeah,
Settings.
yeah. You got to close the
Camera.
porn hub. You know.
Minimize it, right? Minimize it. It'll
Yeah.
stay. You'll keep your history.
Anyways, exclusive. Joining us, Ed Ripepi, tour manager of Night Ranger, currently in Los Angeles. Holy cow! I've got two of them. What's going on? Who can hear me? Ed? 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 Ed?
Can you hear me?
Oh, look at that.
Am I in? Can you got me now? Okay. There we
I
go.
do. I do. Let me see if I can get rid of this other screen here. Dun, 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 dun. Remove. There we go.
I don't know. I just see you. I
Hey,
don't. I just see you.
that's all you need to see, buddy. You don't need to see
Now
data.
listen. I'm driving. Okay. Help me out here. I'm driving and I've got GPS on. Can you still see me and hear me?
I can.
Yes.
We can see you and hear you.
Okay. I can't see Dave though. I can only see you.
You don't listen. You don't want to
Well,
see
yeah.
Dave.
I'm no prize. You're
Yeah,
good. You're good, Ed.
yeah.
All right.
Just,
Sorry, I've been in meetings and picking up gear and
just imagine, like for Dave, just imagine Sasquatch just not as attractive.
Exactly. Exactly.
oh boy. All right. So what do we give me a you got probably 20 minutes or so. What do you got?
Yeah, so we were just talking about, what needs to change for Night Ranger in 26. And I was like, well, their tour itinerary and how they get to venues is just not really efficient.
Nope.
Um, it's like they probably need someone
You want
to
my job? Take it. Because I guarantee you 90 million people don't want it.
well, I would say there's 90 million people that think they want it.
Right.
Um,
Until they put my shoes on and realize, oh shit.
David.
Nope. Nope. I'm gonna pass on the show.
So we were just kind of recounting all the fun stuff. In 2025, we just talked a little bit about the 70s rock and romance cruise. Um, and I didn't think of this story until Ed Repepi just joined us. But Ed, you remember Levy freaking out over his passport?
Yes, I do.
So,
You remember leaving Levy drunk ass in my room with my wife and I?
well, did was he secure?
Yes.
Okay, see? So listen, me and Levy tied a really good one on that day. All right. But even
Dave, they didn't tie. They noosed it and hog tied
Swiss
it
Army knots
and
and
Boy
yeah.
Scout now not yeah.
but in all of that, we made our mandatory meeting. Ed needed passports. I got both passports there. Everything that needed to be done in that alcoholic haze, it was done.
Yeah, it
So
was done.
and
Hey,
we did
nobody got left in Mexico, so I guess it was a plus.
and we didn't
Right.
and Levy didn't get kicked off the ship. Like I kept everything in rain.
Yep.
But the next day I think, Eric was freaking out because he didn't remember that we'd given Ed his passport.
And
And,
I can't find my passport. What do you mean
I'm
you can't find your passport? I don't know where it's at. I've torn apart my cabin up and down. Eric, you gave it to me yesterday. Oh God.
so
Yeah.
but that was a good trip. I mean,
Yep.
like I said, I was telling Nadelman, like one thing I remember just being late at night and were up on that top deck watching that Earth, Wind, and Fire band, and just up there with Kelly and just watching him groove out to, that stuff. And
Gonna move tonight.
night,
Yeah, yep.
yeah,
Damn it. I'll tell you, they were good. Them and
yeah,
that ELO band was good too. Sorry, I
yeah.
keep moving my phone. I'm just trying to. Let's
uh,
see. Is this better? Nope, that's not good. How about like that? Let's see. All right, go ahead.
Um, so yeah, and then we talked about the Vegas Vamped show and the
Did you come to that? Yeah, you were
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Talk
You
about going back in time, man. I mean, that's what they did. You know what I mean? That's
mm,
how they cut their chops, and wow. I
it's
mean,
small club tour.
yep, yep.
Um, what was the name of that Italian restaurant we ate at?
Nora's.
That's a fucking good place.
That's a
In
fucking good
Vegas?
place. Yep,
Yeah, off the
yep.
strip. I don't need.
Off the strips. Yep.
Yeah. If you go to Vegas, go to Nora's and get the chicken parmesan. Uh, like
Yep.
Olive Garden, like they, I know that's who they're trying to, you know.
Do not put Olive Garden and Nora's in the same
Don't
conversation,
even put
please.
don't even put Olive Garden and Italian food in the same
I mean,
sentence.
tell them, geez, that's
And
a
I
sin.
and I'm not even Italian, and I know that.
But
Uh,
but yeah, it's
I'm Italian and a chef, and I'm like, oh God.
um, but I mean, it's not a Frizzuli's, but um, but yeah.
Now,
Anyways, that
let
place
me
was.
see something. Can I flip something here on you guys? I mean, this. I know you like this kind of shit, Josh.
Uh,
Here when I drive by. Wait, what am I doing here? Okay, I got time. Okay,
Look at that. Is that a jacket? What do you got there?
it's my
That's
vest. It's my
Oh,
vest.
all right. I don't think I've ever
You've
seen
seen
that.
this, right?
No,
No.
I've never
no.
seen that.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
it's 68 degrees here, so I'm feeling like
yeah.
a tourist.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only one with the window open. One I just shut it now because I'm driving, but you know.
It was 80 here today, Ed.
Yeah, like right, you're in Florida. I'm like, full shit. It was 80 in Ohio.
Um,
Nice. All right,
so
hold on. I'm passing something fun here. Let me see if I can.
what do you got? What do
I'm
you
gonna spin
got?
my camera around. Do you see it? Can you see that?
Um,
Forest Lawn, Hollywood Hills, the
oh,
famous cemetery.
I know exactly where you're at. I that when
Yeah,
I my well, one, I got a, great uncle buried there. Um,
really.
yeah.
Okay.
But
Yep.
when I went
Anyways.
out that was 24 when I went out to Vegas, and then I rented a car after the Stratosphere show.
Yep. Yep.
I think the only day it rained in LA that year, and
Really.
that's I went to the cemetery there because one, like I said, my great uncle's buried there, but um,
Mhm.
a lot of John Ritter I know was there off the top of my head, and
Right. Yep.
Brittany Murphy, and
Yep. It's the place to be.
yep.
Yep.
But
Anyway, so keep going.
It's not
yeah,
the
What
place to
else? So
be, it's the place to be
eventually.
eventually, yeah.
yes.
Um,
Yes.
but yeah, we were just I was kind of going through my year with Vegas, and then I was getting to one thing like was important to me was obviously on the podcast we've talked about me being 8 years old going to the Ohio State Fair and my grandma taking me and all that stuff. But I did one of those date calculator things. It's like the day I was born to that Night Ranger show in '85. How many days was that? And it spits it out. And it's like I'm going to go see Night Ranger. I'm taking my kid, and I think he's about the same damn age.
Wow.
And he I wanted to take him to the Washington PA show, but it was a casino because it would have been the same exact days. Like I don't know how many thousands of days, but the same day. But
Right.
this was 14-day difference. So, at least to me, when I took my kid there, and I was like, hey, this is me basically the same age when my grandma was taking me to see you guys. And,
Right.
Ed took care of him, and, all the guys were cool with him. Kelly's giving him a drum lesson, and, um, Jack went antique shopping with us,
Oh dear Lord.
um, and, oh, my
Did
kid,
he educate Jack on
Clocks?
the trials and tribulations of the clocks?
yep. And, he was the only one that bought anything was my kid, and it's just funny because he wears his Night Ranger shirt to school, and he's like, I know these guys. Like I went we went down to the pool, before the show, and we're been in there for maybe a half hour. Next thing I know, Brad comes down, And so Brad's giving him swimming lessons, and but yeah, he'll wear that shirt to school and like, yeah, guy I went antique shopping with, and
Yeah, Uncle
uh,
Jack and Uncle Brad.
he taught me drums, and um, so
Nice.
yeah, so that was definitely a fun, cool thing. And
Cool.
August we had the North Lawrence show. That was an outdoor show, hot as fuck. Kentucky Headhunters opened, and then I think it was Foreigner and no, Brett Michaels, then Foreigner.
Yeah, us,
Um,
Brett Michaels, Foreigner.
yeah, uh, and that was the show. Norm from Brett Michaels' band. I was out in the crowd. I was coming back, back to the backstage area, and for some reason they weren't letting Norm back. Like his pass wasn't the right one.
Dude, they were like sticklers, man. I swear to God.
And I had to stop him, go, no, he's fine. He's with me. And it was just kind of we both are laughing like because they were not like letting him,
Yeah.
he's trying to plead with them because they were I think Night Ranger was off and he's going back to go on stage. But
They weren't letting him back in, and he had to go on stage and perform.
It was ridiculous.
yeah, I mean he had been out for like Night Ranger's last song, probably
Yep.
talking to friends. I was out there filming. So Night Ranger goes off. I kind of talked to a couple people. Now I'm going back. Now I'd been in and out a few times and I always kind of make a note to talk to whoever I'm going to be going by a lot,
Right.
the security, give them a guitar pick or something just in case, I don't know, some other cops trying to arrest me. Maybe they'll intervene or something. But anyway, so they knew me and that's what I was like, no, he's with the band. And I don't know, like I said, that his whatever pass he had wasn't working. But a good
Yep.
trip, Ed, was remember we did Prestonburg out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh my God.
And then we did
Well,
Dave,
Florence.
you know what's in
you didn't even get an
Dave,
Olive
you know
Garden
what's
out
in
there, right?
Prestonburg?
Huh?
Dave, you know what's in Prestonburg?
Tell me.
Nothing.
Poverty and um, family trees that
Hey,
look like
but we
telephone
did stay
poles.
at a night. That hotel was pretty decent.
Yeah, it was. Well, there's a
The
decent.
biggest Hampton Inn I've ever been in my life.
There's a decent. Well, there's a college. I can't
Well,
remember
the
what
college, yeah,
college.
it was right there.
Yeah.
The college surrounds it.
Um,
That's everything there.
but you're out in the woods. I remember when that date got announced. I was talking to Ed on the phone. I'm like, "Have you looked at Prestonburg yet?" He's like, "No." I was like, "I think you may, because I have no clue
I
where you're going to fly in from."
I
And
will say that you saved my ass on that one because you were like, you better start doing this thing now. I'm like, it's 6 months away, and you're like, you don't understand where you're going. But I tell you,
yeah,
the venue was very nice, and
yeah,
the city itself. I mean, we were literally in the epicenter. I mean, you could walk outside and go every which way but loose. It was great.
yeah. I mean,
So
it's just that's it. Like, all
right,
right, if I'm done with Prestonburg, I want to go to like another city. It's like an hour, 40 minutes through hills. Um,
yes,
but
yeah. What did we
um,
do? We all flew into. Where did we go
I
into,
think you
Josh?
guys flew into Louisville, maybe Lexington, something like that. And then you guys,
Something like that.
I got there early,
Yeah.
set up the rooms, and then I remember I directed the bus down because I was like, okay, you got to come down to like the 10th entrance of the Hampton
Right.
Inn.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Uh,
Prestonburg's in PA,
no, Kentucky.
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 Okay.
Kentucky, yeah. So, right where the sheep start getting scared, go about another hour south. Um, but uh yeah,
Oh boy.
it's but then we went up to Florence, which was a cool trip because Brad went to this Mike's Music, which is this guitar
Yes.
place.
With the
Yep.
antique guitars.
Oh my Lord. You just talk about, you know,
Ugh.
oh yeah, Brad's holding this guitar. Oh yeah, this is like 300 grand. It's like,
I'm like,
all right,
how? How is it 300 grand?
I'm
Oh, here's
coming
one
in.
for you. Hold on, guys. Look at this.
What we got?
Capitol Records.
Capitol
Oh
Can you
shit,
Records.
see it?
There it
I
is.
did not
Can you
see
see
that
it?
one. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Um,
Trying to think what else I can send you guys.
Capitol Records, Frank Sinatra.
Now, that
Um,
building is iconic and it's still the same, you know?
yep. Um,
The glorious Pantages Theater.
and then after that, it was
You
in
should be close to
Florence.
the Troubadour too,
Troubadour is going to be
or maybe the whiskey. Maybe I'm thinking the
west.
whiskey.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah,
Yeah.
whiskey's closer to me. And the whiskey go go and the Rainbow Room and what's the other one? The Troubadour's farther west of me. But what's the other one? The whiskey and the Roxy. There you go.
Mhm.
Yep. So go
Then
ahead.
then
So
we went to after Florence. I can't really remember much of Florence. Um, that was where the Night Ranger tribute band. I guess I did
Sentimental Street.
Sentimental Street. I went and saw them in May with our buddy Ken Finley, and I was like, you know what, these guys are pretty good. And talked to Ed, like, I let's hook them up with some meet and greets with their family, and um, we got they got a meet and greet with the band, and they're playing some pretty steady gigs. Yeah, I mean, if you look at any rock club now or any theater, I bet 50% of these acts are tribute bands or
but
tribute acts.
yeah, that's what sells. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
brings. Think about it. If I'm a rock club owner, right, and I'm relying on alcohol sales and admission, you're not coming to see some wannabe guy that's playing. Maybe he's got good originals, but
Mhm.
if you can put in a tribute band or um what are these like 80s bands or something like that, man, they bring people in. This yacht rock is huge in Cleveland.
It's
Mhm.
Friend of
huge
mine,
everywhere. It's huge
friend of
everywhere.
mine, yeah, friend of mine is in Boaterhead, it's called, and they pack them in, and it's ridiculous how much they're working, and it's great. I love it, but
Well,
it's where people want to be.
I remember joking with Brad. I think we were talking about ticket sales for one of the shows, and I don't know, maybe he did or one of us started joking around like, well, maybe if we just didn't perform as Night Ranger, but we performed as a Night Ranger tribute band, we'd sold more tickets because it seems like the tribute bands are sometimes doing better than the actual bands. But that
Right.
Sentimental Street, they're playing with these gigs in Cincinnati with these other tribute acts, opening up
Mhm.
for them. So but that was the cool thing about Florence. And then we hightailed it up to Bailey Fest,
Yep.
which is always a good time. But that was cool because Tedley Von Nugenberger was
Yep.
up there, and um,
God, he is so fun to be with. I mean, just
you know,
the way he just holds the room, and it's just so fun to be with him.
and he's pretty much the same as you see, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you're just talking to him, it's, you know, he's 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 focusing on you. It's that intensity
Yep.
um
I
and
think the one unique show I was at this year, and Ed, I'm sure you're going to remember this, is in Clearwater, Florida. It was the smallest
Oofa.
venue ever, where the truck was parked on the street,
Yes.
and they were running. They were trying not to run each other into each other on stage. It was just
you're
the meet
going
and
to
greet
get,
was in the lobby of
Yeah.
the venue.
Off to the right when you walk in the door. Off to your
Yep,
right. Right. Yeah.
yep.
You should have seen. Now, be honest with you, the dressing rooms were good. The production office was good. But yeah, it's definitely compacted in there. But there's such good people there. Bobby and I forgot the girl's name, but just such good. They do such a good job making sure you're good. So that was good.
And they had that open area on the roof, if I remember correctly. Is that the
Hey,
right
we're
venue?
coming to Melbourne, Dave. You know that
Um,
Melbourne and Sarasota.
I didn't know about Melbourne. Wait, which was
Yeah,
the Valentine show? There's a Valentine show.
Melbourne's Valentine.
Okay.
Sarasota's the 13th. The
there you
13th
go.
is Sarasota Bike Festival. The 14th is Melbourne.
So the 14th, you take the wife, and then the next month you take your biker chick friend.
Kill two birds in 1 month.
Yeah.
Yep, there you go. In one
Um,
weekend.
yeah,
So yeah. Now
what's
I'm on the legendary Sunset Strip here, guys. I'm
I
just killing time.
if
So
you go to what was oh shit, that's probably I was gonna say you're gonna go by Boardwalk Records where Night Ranger signed their first
what's the address? You remember that?
I'm going to
Remember?
what's funny is when I was there and I was trying to
What's it near?
I don't what was the name of the strip joint that they mentioned in Girls, Girls, Girls? It's right across the
At the
street.
Dollhouse in Fort
That's Fort
Lauderdale.
Eh,
Lauderdale.
Uh,
Seventh veil.
Seven at the seventh veil,
Hold on,
seventh veil,
hold on.
seventh.
I'm getting there. Maybe.
I'm passing. You got time. I'm passing Hollywood High School now. I'm at the corner of Highland and Sunset. Hollywood High School. Boy, if these walls can talk.
But what's funny is so I'm there on the Sunset. There on
Oh
whatever.
wait, the most iconic restaurant in the world, In and Out
In
Burger.
and out. You know it, buddy.
They go in and they go out.
And um, so
Oh my God, we just made Josh speechless. Dave,
I
mark that down.
I got it written down. I got it written down. I got it written
I
down.
texted Kelly, Jack, and Brad like, "Hey, what's the address of Boardwalk Records?"
Yeah,
And the one person that could remember was Kelly. Like I was just, usually I would have thought maybe it was Jack, who's usually good at those dates, but Kelly beat everybody to it. So I think I
yeah.
getting close here. So I don't know.
At the seventh veil, seventh, yeah, something like that. I remember seeing it. It's on the left hand side, the seventh, the strip joint. Dollhouse in Fort Lauderdale. Okay.
All right.
Girls.
So Boardwalk
Anyways,
Records. Let's see here.
so Dave, what else did you guys? Let's see, what else you talk about while he's doing that, so we're not having dead air
Um,
here.
so they announced their final
Trip
tour of
to
Japan.
Japan.
Tell us a little
Wow,
about that,
that was a
Edward.
lot of work, dude, man. That was a lot of work. I mean, everywhere we went, people were just everywhere, and it was emotional, physically, mentally. Um, I mean, it was just a lot. It
A
was a
lot in a little
lot
bit amount of time.
for everybody. I mean, when they took that state, we walked into that Budokan, and you were just like, "Holy shit!" And I remember Jack, right after the sound check, Jack brought us all together on the stage. You're like, "Look, we need every bit of everything from everyone for this show," and they delivered it. It's amazing. It was awesome.
And it was like their first time playing Budokan since I think '86.
Yep. Yeah.
So they played two shows. I think you guys do
And
us.
just and just to watch them. Sorry, Josh, to me cut you
That
off, but just to watch them, watch the three of them, let alone Eric and Carrie, walk on that stage, and then just to watch their emotions and their physical movements and all that was just, it was awesome. It was just such a mind blowing event.
2029 Century Park East.
Nope, it's Sunset Boulevard.
And I was looking at the boardwalk. Maybe that's not a.
Yeah, it's Sunset Boulevard. I know that. Unless it's the street, there's the cross street. Let's see here.
I guess I didn't realize how much me and Kelly texted. I'm like shit. All right, there we were talking about baseball for fucking.
I know I got time because it's
It's
up here
like
on
for
the
like
seventh veil or whatever it's called. It's up here on the left. I passed my hotel's near Amoeba Records. Josh, I'm at the
you know
W.
I've never been there.
Oh my God, I thought you were here.
I
That place is
was, but I mean I
insane.
was there for one day. Not even.
Yeah, it
Not
is
even
so
that.
big and it's crazy.
I mean, it's probably good because
Oh
I
yeah,
probably.
yep.
Um, all right, so it's 82.55,
All right, so hold on. Where am I? Let me see.
and
I'm
the
at 79.15 right now. 82.
82.55.
Okay.
Um, and
Sunset Boulevard.
yep,
Okay.
and the address is real big on the top right. And I just remember
Yeah.
Kelly, saying that. Well, yeah, it's just um, yeah. So I sent him a message 10 o'clock at night. You happen to remember the address of the old Boardwalk Records building? Killing time in L.A. He's like 8255 Sunset Boulevard.
Oh my
He's like, he
gosh.
goes, I'm not sure if the building is still there. Um,
Yep.
and yeah, I sent it to him, and um, he even mentioned the rain because, like I said, it was raining. He's like, I've never seen it pouring in LA like that. But yeah, so 82.55. Um, so with Japan, that was the second week of October. But
Right.
leading up to Japan, we had the first annual annual Film Fest in
Oh
Fort
yeah.
Wayne, Indiana.
All right, I'm getting close. I'm passing the Laugh Factory. 8,001. 82, right? 55.
No, what was that? What I say? I said
82.
82.55.
82.55.
82.55.
Okay.
It should be if you're I don't know
I'm getting
I
close. I know I
think it's
am.
going to be on your
I'm
right.
passing the I'm passing the Chateau Marmont
Ah,
right
yeah,
now.
that's is that where Belushi passed?
Yes.
Um,
Okay, where is this place? Let's see here.
and the strip joint across the street's no longer a strip joint. I
Are you
thoroughly,
sure? I
I
think it
thought,
is.
no, maybe not.
Let me see
Maybe it
here.
is.
Where am I
Maybe
at?
it is. I don't know.
I'm making the turn left here, like right
That's
at the bend.
7180 Sunset Boulevard.
Hold on. Um, Body Shop is it across from the body? 82.
Body, maybe it was the
Can
body
you see it?
shop. You're
This is it
freezing on
right
me,
here.
buddy. You're
I'm
freezing
literally
on me.
standing in front of it.
Yep, that's it.
Huh?
That's it.
Oh, hold on.
There we go.
Yep,
It's right there. Do you see it?
that's it. That's the old
Is that it? Right
Boardwalk
there,
Records.
8255.
Yep,
Hold
yep.
on, my phone is away from my ear. I unplugged it. Okay, hold
That
on.
is Boardwalk Records,
Did I get it?
1982. Yep,
Yeah, you got it.
yep. Uh,
Hold
I
on.
th
It's going back. Did I get it?
yes, yep. There's a photo out there of when it was Boardwalk. I think maybe
Is there that much?
Watts. Oh, we
Oh,
lost him. It's the price you pay for having Boardwalk Records
yep. Look at
live.
that. They
Uh,
killed their record label. They killed our connection to Ed.
they almost killed Night Ranger, but they did kill. Um, now with him being so close to the Boardwalk Records, when he comes back on, maybe he will be wearing the vest that just says Ranger. Only 10,000 of those are printed. Um, but yes, we've lost Edward. Um, but
Didn't I see somebody else try to join in?
it was Ed's phone twice.
Oh, okay.
Um, but oh shit.
Yeah. So other than that, other things that happened this year, Josh, now
Well,
that we're back on
let's
track.
let's dig into FemFest. We announced FemFest, which you got the picture there behind you. We did it for the Fort Wayne shows, so it would kind of piggyback on the there we go. Look at those individuals. Um, yeah, so it would piggyback on the Fort Wayne show. Um, uh,
Which led to
and
the Japan show.
correct. So FemFest was Friday night.
Film
All
Fest
the
was Friday night. Yes, sir.
was going to be all the fans of motion guy people. We rented the area at the Fort Wayne Hilton, but Thursday night was the Fort Wayne show, and very cool for a few things. One, we got Jack and Brad and Kelly to join us for the fans of motion group photo. If you want all the details of that episode, we did an episode on that back in November. Um, but we got that. Night Ranger played some really deep tracks. We heard
Can't find me a thrill.
Can't Find Me a Thrill. We heard Interstate Love Affair, Reason to Be, Electric, growing up in
Growing up in
California.
California.
So, really cool set, really cool, fun time that we had at the Hilton. We played some unreleased Brad tracks, some unreleased Shaw Blades, some unreleased Kelly stuff, and yeah, I mean, we did
Raffles and
raffles and
drinking and
boozing and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think the first annual Film Fest, I think that was
I think it was a
big
success.
event.
Yeah.
I mean, for as short notice as it was, and uh, where it was located, at Fort Wayne, not like that's a mecca of places people want to go. But yeah, so we had that, and then for me, the last show of the year was the Cleveland show up at the old Hard Rock Casino. Uh, that was kind of interesting to me because the last few times I had seen Night Ranger, it was at that venue. So, so it's like this is I think it was one of the first venues I was really at where, oh, I've been here as a fan. Wabash.
Was that after Japan? That
Yeah, that was in November. Wabash was, but I think I was just so drunk at Wabash, the first time I don't really remember much, um, but yeah, I mean, so that was my Night Ranger quick kind of year thing. With
rear its head.
Excuse me.
We also had some new FIM Fan in Motion merchandise hit the streets.
Yeah, we had T-shirts and we had, oh, don't forget Bradley did the national anthem at the San Francisco Giants game.
We also had Carrie Kelly release Metal Warrior.
We did.
We had an episode on that with him and his partner, Mr. Cook, Greg
Yep.
Cook.
So when it comes to the podcast, let's just go through.
I got them all.
All
I
right,
got them all right
hit him,
here.
buddy. Go back to the first.
The first one we started with was the person who we just had with us on, Mr. Ed Ripepi,
Mhm.
and you doing a Happy New Year, Welcome to
Yeah,
2025
yeah.
show.
Seems like yesterday.
Seems like yesterday. Um, so yeah, that was a good way to start it off. And then we had a couple episodes of it would have been my first episode, was we were answering questions of the fans, and
Oh
everybody
yeah,
was
those are always
asking
fun.
why doesn't Night Ranger play by town, which would seem to be the number one question asked,
Mhm.
but there were a lot of other questions as well. Going down the list here, we have us being joined by our friend Mr. James Gillen,
Yeah,
and we
the
did a
best of.
best of Frontiers era, and we had to make an album.
We did the good interview with Mark Newman, who was the original guitar tech for Brad,
That was after that one.
all during the 80s. Um, and did the Speak of the Devil tour, did Damn Yankees. If you were a Damn Yankees fan, this was a very good year because we did to me, a fantastic interview with Michael Cartellone. I mean, if you want minutia about Damn Yankees, he gave it to us. I mean, God, we talked 3 hours, 3 episodes of Michael Cardelloni, and then just we ended the year with the Damn Yankees producer and rock legend Ron
Ron
Nevison.
Evison, yep.
Um, so yeah, we did a 40th anniversary of Seven Wishes. We had Levy on to talk about. I think we talked about
That
the
was
Ve
the Van, yeah,
the Vegas show and maybe the
the rainy show,
Washington.
whatever show was raining. Yeah,
And another thing we didn't mention, we did an episode on was in Japan they released the first 5 albums on
it was
the
on my
mi-
list, Josh. It was on my
all
list.
right,
You're
well,
jumping the
we're
gun.
getting there. We so they released it on the mini LPs. So they just basically are CDs, but the packaging's like the record. And the one thing that they did that was unique to all this was they did live in Japan. You could kind of get those with the box set they released in 2007 in Japan. But these you could buy individually. And then the one thing they did that was unique was the live in Japan um, mini LP. We had Tim Derling on with his fan book, Sing Me Away. We did an Ozzy episode. Um, we talked about Film Fest. We had the guys on from the Sentimental Street um, tribute band, and we did Ron Nevison. So
And then
yeah,
we did some offshoots. We did, the five essential Night Ranger songs of
yeah,
the 80s, and we did our offshoot of our favorite live albums. We did.
yeah. Go find all that good stuff. And then let me get here and find it. Where is so all right, buddy, start talking for me here.
Well, hopefully, a lot of people answered the questions when Josh posted on Fans Emotion what they thought of their 2025.
Yeah, there we go. We got 65
And,
comments, so let's
and
go
there you go.
through them.
And how did I know you were
Uh,
going to talk about that next? Look at that production.
yeah. All right, Suzanne Griffiths. The Film Fest in Fort Wayne was amazing. Looking forward to Fan Fest too. Well, you know what? You never
That
know.
would have been Mary Griffith, not Susan Griffith.
No, this says Suzanne Griffiths. I'm reading the motherfucker right here. I'm not that intoxicated yet. Suzanne J. Griffiths.
There's too many Griffiths. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We have a
Or
Sarah, we have a Suzanne, we have a Mary.
Suzanne, you're my favorite. Okay. Um, Greg Halstead said, I needed a show. We need a show in Houston. Well, listen, um, you know, Night Ranger will play there if there's a venue that wants to book them. My first experience with Night Ranger, which I'm sure it's been on the podcast a few times, is 2021. It's almost going on 5 years. I flew down because I was working with Kelly and not Night Ranger time. I flew down to Houston. It was one of the first shows right after the whole COVID thing. And they played at the warehouse, I think it was. I remember me and Eric went drinking after the show. We were in this like comic book bar or something. I can't quite remember exactly how it was. As I just know they sold beer. Michelle Hughes. My highlight was finally experiencing a meet and greet with the band. Absolutely amazing moment. It was so worth the 42-year wait. I still get giddy when I recall it. And I love those stories. I like when people get to meet the band for the first time and get to post their photos and all that good stuff. So, um, yeah, it's all good. Vicky Rhines, Clearwater, Florida, was an amazing time. I'm assuming she's going to keep writing about because it was meeting you maybe there. Love meeting
Yeah,
the
I can
guys,
understand that.
even if it was for a few minutes. I always appreciate the fans. See you February 26th. So you didn't get mentioned there, Dave, but
That's okay.
Vicky, again, she posts her, photo at the meet and greet. Randy Vukovic, one and only goal hope is new studio music in 26 with a top-notch producer. I think they have one more really good record in them. Would love to hear it. Um, yeah, you never know. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a new studio record, but who knows what's on the horizon. Debbie Walker Knight, can't she saw him in Kansas City, Riverside, Iowa, Gas City, Indiana, Prestonburg, Kentucky, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Film Fest, Cleveland, Ohio, and the Winking Lizard in 2025 rocked. Um, and she helped us with photos and magnets and
Yeah,
stuff at Film Fest. Marty Martinez went to the concert here in Arlington, Texas in June. Amazing show. And hopefully they swing by Texas again in 26. And they posted a cool photo of them there. Um, I don't know if I've ever seen Marty post. So there you go. Gail Roman. Romaine. Is it Roman or Romaine?
it's Romaine, I think.
I don't care which one it is. It's Gail. 2025. One for the records book, she states. Guitar emoji. It all started in Hiawassee back in May, hitting the show with the same high school friend, Tina Femble, who introduced me to the band during the Big Life Tour of '87. Talk about a full circle. Celebrating the 40th anniversary, Seven Wishes with my Fem cohorts was epic. Between the custom shirts, which I didn't wear, I did wear on one of the episodes.
Mhm.
Getting my 3D Smoking Genie lamp on the Kelly's drum riser. I was on cloud nine. Even that 6 month battle with Vivid Seats couldn't dampen the VIP experience. The band made the fight worth it. End of the season doubling up in Kentucky at Prestonburg and Pikeville. The shenanigan at FemFest. Fatale Ladies was next level. Um, uh, she had to miss FemFest,
That's right.
but she's already counting down the days and looking forward to the next one. So there we go. What else we got here? We got Japanese fans of motion. I'm not going to pronounce this right. Yasuyuki Kayo Udea.
You
That can't
hit the
be.
you,
It can't
you hit
be
the nail on the
Udea.
head, Josh. You hit the nail on the head
I
there.
might have gotten the first two right. Udea. Udea. That's it right there. Posted a cool photo. He's got the American flag with Night Ranger logo. Night Ranger is my life, it says on it. And got some cool photos of Budokan. He said Night Ranger performed at Budokan for the first time in 39 years. Yes, they did. Tom Sparrow, Night Ranger goal for 2026 is attend Fans of Motion Fest 2. Have a great year, y'all. Well, hopefully we can make that happen. Michelle Downey Sparks, where do I begin? Well, let's begin right here. I can't even count how many times we traveled to see the guy. Allison gifted Jack his bass strap, Brad his vest. To see them on stage with her work melts this mama's heart. Watching her interact with everyone and making so many memories with the crew and the band. Can't wait to see what 2026 has in store. Um, Linda O'Shaughnessy Broderick, what a great night in Florence with Ray Broderick and Eddie Broderick. Eddie is the guitar player in Sentimental
Sentimental Street.
Street, and Brad came over to him at the Florence show and put Bubba around his neck, and they got a picture right before he went out and did uh, Sister Christian. And then she also posted the group photo with the husbands and wives of Sentimental Street with Night Ranger. Mary Griffith, you know her, right?
I do.
Yeah. If you know Mary, you are probably drinking when she's around. Shows I saw in 25 Bloomington, she says. Des Moines, Hiawassee, Washingtonville. I think it was Washington and then Grantville, but Washingtonville,
Close enough.
Prestonburg, Florence, and Fort Wayne. Um, I think I'm missing one or two, but it was a great 25. The Film Fest was awesome. Great to meet up with other fans. But I think the thing that is best is the great friends I've made in this community. It looks like they're going to the Monsters of the Mountain. The group is so
Yes.
yeah. If you're thinking about going to that, you would put them being there in the cons um, column. Donna Bristow. Mine was meeting them for the first time, and Jack was so sweet and appreciative of the artwork I gave him. I also met some very sweet people. She's probably talking about me. Looking forward to some of the shows this year. Now, Donna, did you post the artwork? You have to let us know, Donna, what artwork you posted or you gave Jack. All right, Tim McNulty. I've seen Night Ranger quite a few times in the last couple of years. The most amazing was FimFest. FimFest is getting some rave reviews,
It
my
is.
friend.
It is. And
If
it's
you
all
did,
you, Josh.
if
It's
you
all
well, it usually is. So, if it was just a great time. I mean,
yeah.
listen, if you like Night Ranger and you're listening to this podcast, you must, dude. It's just everybody is Night Ranger just nerding out, man. Josh Jefferson, can we please have another FimFest soon? Well, we'll see what we can do. Holly Davidson, just seeing Interstate Love Affair making the set list a few times is exciting. Preach on, sister. Nikki Kabrowski, FemFest, getting to keep rocking in 26, starting with back to back in Lafayette and Wabash. Yep, those are right in her hometown. Rich Jones, Solomon Phoenix, early November, great show. Highlight Interstate Love Affair. Bada bing. Susan Frasick, July 26th is the 40th anniversary of my first time seeing Night Ranger. 40 years. She hasn't been to a few shows in a few years, and she hopes to get to one this year. You better get on it, Sue. Jim Walker, Reading PA concert. More U.S. days with full VIP packages. Well, Jim, I think you will be able to find those. Ronald Crockett, distant relations to Davy. FemFest Part 2, even bigger and better. I don't care where it is. We are definitely going. But if it's in Fort Wayne again, I don't mind playing host tour guide again. Um, well, Ron, I'm going to try to get it out of Fort Wayne. We'll see what happens. Maybe I can,
That was a great theater though. That Clyde Theater was a great
yeah,
theater.
yeah, yeah. Maybe I can get it in Prestonburg next year or something. Uh,
Double the population.
Yeah, Carletta Casto commented on that. Same, FemFest would be great. FemFest 2 would be great. Maybe an acoustic show if possible. Just my wish on the last part. Rita Garcia. The real bummer was I missed Night Ranger last November 8th, but a week later, a pair of drumsticks were sent to me from a certain someone. My goal for this year is that I hope to hear Night Ranger in concert again. Hopefully, Rita, that all happens. Ken Finley, you know Ken Finley?
I've heard of them.
Dude, he was about the only one I think was close to getting kicked out of FilmFest.
Yeah, those jokes. Oh my God.
I know, just over the line. Was thrilled to see Night Ranger in Washington, PA with my old bandmate and rep Sentimental Street tribute at the meet and greet. So Ken is friends with the Sentimental Street guys, and he repped their shirt. Lisa Michelle, my goal this year is to see Night Ranger as many times as possible. This year, starting in March in Minnesota. I regret not seeing him as much in 25 and like I did the previous years, but I'm looking forward to 26. You know, hopefully, Lisa, we see you at some of these shows. What else we got here? Scott Hellback. Hope's bucket list. Sit in for Kelly if he needs a break. You know, I don't know. You never know. Maybe you learn the keyboard. You might have better luck sitting in for Eric if I get him fucked up the night before. Michael Karbowski. Um, 2025 was great. 3 times in Indiana, Gas City, um, Kokomo. It was cool to meet Jack, Josh, and Mini-Me in the wild. Yeah, he did run into us. Fort Wayne Film Fest was amazing. We got 2 dates in the month of Indiana, and of course, Film Fest 2. Um, W. Orion Fairman. Man, 2025 was a down year for me. Only 2 shows, Gas City and Lincoln, Oregon, but I finally got to do a meet and greet. Um, you know, he doesn't live in Night Ranger so central the Midwest, but he's repping FIM wherever
He's
he gets
repping
to
North.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he posted a picture of them. Andrea Clayton posted a picture of um, Kelly, and Diane Park posted something from the Illinois State Fair 25. There's your partner in crime, Tom Chapin. Obviously, FilmFest was the highlight. Met lots of cool new people, ran into some familiar faces. Nice road trip to Fort Wayne. A stop at the Shawshank on the way home. Looking forward to FilmFest 2, The Lizard Strikes Back. I hope to see an album video of the final Japanese tour. So do I. And he posted a cool picture of him with you and I. Darren Hurst. Guitar tech extraordinaire. My highlight was definitely Budokan 25. It's a great year. I'm looking to whatever 26 has in store for the crew. Victoria Kennedy Croft. Thank you, Josh, for starting the fan group and being so engaged, keeping it the best fan page ever. Met so many fans. Many other fans have become friends with some of the nicest people on the planet. Thanks to this group, I got to attend 4 Night Ranger concerts last year and sadly had to cancel a fifth at the last minute. 2 in Kentucky, 1 in Indiana, the Beatles on the beach in Delray. FemFest, the meet and greets with the band were getting better and better. She has 2 on the books. You're going to see her in Melbourne and Monsters of the Mountain Fest in August. Now she's going to be at the festival.
She's with the crew.
Well, I know, but seeing her, you can put in the pros, pro column, and she
Oh, she's the
posted.
exception to that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Kathy, Mary, cons, you know, capital cons, and you know, Vicky, Victoria, you can put in the pro. Julian Rosario, it's been a while since they've been back in the UK, so hopefully 26 is the year. Well, we know there's one date. Where was it? Fucking Italy, right? No, have I announced that? I don't know. Yeah, it's announced. Frontiers Fest in Italy. So, Julian, you need to hop on a boat, cross the English Channel, and, you
There
know,
you go.
get over to Italy. Suzanne Gladkoff only made the one Night Ranger show in 25. Boardwalk Rock in Maryland. That was that big outdoor show. Some really great photos from that. And they were going to have it this year and they had to cancel. But 50,000 people that's last year. Great set as usual. It was fun to see the lit guys being total fanboys. Playing a flip of AJ Popoff running out during Don't Tell Me You Love Me with Kevin Baldus on the sides with his camera. Um, Warren Cash asking about a trip to the UK. Again, boat, travel through Germany, and go to Italy. Don Bunman, meet and greet in Florence KY show. We ended up right in front. There you go. So over the moon about it. Remember Lisa Johnson Haynes?
I do remember her.
Man,
Haven't seen her in a minute.
well, I think the way she talks as her new job is not as accommodating. 2025 wasn't a great year for me to see Night Ranger. Only made it to 2 shows. Goal for 2026 is to make it to FilmFest 2. Yes, you and Daryl need to come. David Glazer, remember that dude?
I do know that dude.
He's another Florida guy. You guys are
Yep.
probably fucking huffing, fucking paint thinner and shit together. The guys playing my hometown for the first time ever in 26, Sarasota, Florida. Hoping they'll come over to the crib for a little backyard barbecue before the gig. You never know, man. You never know. And I just hit a button. I don't know what that does. Let's do this. All right, there we go. Hey now. All right, Donna Galucci. She was at the Film Festival, right?
She was.
Yeah, she was. So many awesome shows and memories from 25. The concert in Reading, PA, where she had a meet and greet with and got to talk to Jack. And Jack through his white and gold guitar pick tour. Another highlight was traveling to Indiana for the first time. She traveled like 8 hours. For FilmFest, nonstop fun from start to finish. All the great surprises that Josh and the guys had in store for us. I will always cherish those experiences. It was wonderful to meet so many fellow Film. Everyone was so nice, and it's great to call these many people my friends. Hope to see everybody at the second annual FilmFest. And David Peterson rounds it out. It's the first time he saw the band headline in Connecticut since 2002. Awesome. They opened the show with This Boy Needs to Rock. And 2026 goal is for Brad to finally release a solo record. He's been holding up for 5 or 6 years. Yes, I agree with you. That would be awesome. So, yeah, I mean, I think from the general consensus there, FilmFest, man, listen, we can only tell you so much that it was fucking awesome. Um, you know, never know. Maybe we'll do it again. Maybe we'll do it again.
We can
What
set
do
up
you?
a little stage on my patio over here. I mean, we can fit like maybe 30 people.
Well, we want people to come.
Oh, I'll have snacks.
Well, that's all that matters then. So there you go, 2025 in review. I'm sure we're missing something. And 2026, uh, you've already got some shows on the books. Minnesota's and Wisconsin's and Indiana here next weekend, and um, the Monsters of Rock cruise. Who knows what else? Um, some
They
fun
have a
stuff.
Monsters of Rock in the books,
The Monsters and Rock cruise in March, I think, April.
but they're booked on that already.
Hmm?
Are you
Yeah,
going?
I don't think so. You know, um, you know, but the last cruise was the last minute thing too. But I got probably too much shit going on to. I mean, I'd probably obviously I'd go if, as asked, but um, heck, I there was a few dates that I canceled last year just because I got so much going on. But so yeah, there you go. And we hopefully got some fun stuff planned for the podcast, and we hopefully got some great stuff. Maybe we'll do a FemFest too. I don't know. It sounds like we need to. All right, Dave. I think we've hit enough stuff. Just
We
rambling
we we
on a
even had a
year in
guest
review.
appearance from Mr. Ripepi as well, which is
Ed
always
Ripepi.
giving us a tour of LA.
Mhm. So, another thing too is if you're so AI is so fucking taken off, right? Um, and some of these pages, like Rock Metal Rose or whatever fucking page, Rock Metal Heart, and they'll AI a picture of Night Ranger. Now I don't mind, like someone posted where they had like a blurry photo and they had AI like focus it up. I'm okay
Yeah,
with that. But like some of these things, they did a man in motion photo and they AI'd it, and it brings out some stuff. But like Kelly didn't even look like Kelly. Jeff looked a little off a little bit, And then people are wanting to share it to the page. I'm like, I'm not sharing this AI shit. Um, so one, I'm not a big fan of, you know, some page just posted a picture of Night Ranger, and just because that's Night Ranger, you don't need to share it to the Fans of Motion page. Steal their photo and you post it and post one of your memories. I don't want this generic crap. I want stuff that's unique and real. And a lot of times they'll have the history, the history of when you close your eyes, and it's like, all right, that's all wrong. I'm not going to post bad information, but yeah. So it's becoming more common. These photos that are touched up with AI, and so if you're posting something and it's declined, that may be the reason. Now, also, if you see something that's out there and you want to share it to the page, there's probably a good chance you're not the first. It's probably already posted to the page. Someone else has beat you to it, and that's why I'm declining it. Um,
Well,
and
another thing, I don't know why we didn't bring this up earlier, Josh, is last year was another big year because it was 5 years of the Fans in Motion page and 5 years of the podcast.
yeah, I mean, well, I think we talked about that some at FimFest. But yeah, I mean, listen, it's just there's a lot going on. Um,
Creeping up on 12,000
yeah,
members.
so and it's just hard to what else you going to talk about with Night Ranger? Well, we're trying to get there. Um, but we got some episodes coming up. We're kind of going out of the books. I think here in a week or so, you're going to get something where me and Dave sat down. We just talked about our favorite live records from the 70s. So if you can't get enough of me and Dave, there
And you
you
like
go.
live records from the 70s, that's
Yeah.
your episode.
And, we tie some Night Ranger into it and stuff. So there you go. All right. If you need some Fans in Motion swag, shirts, do I got a shirt up here? What's this? No, that's that Rick Hughes shirt. You don't want that. Um, get a hold of me. We got shirts, keychains, all that good stuff. Go to Facebook, search Fans in Motion Night Ranger, click join, go to Instagram, X, Threads. We're on all of them. If you're watching this on the YouTubes, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment. I try to keep up with the comments on YouTube. I'm very bad at it. I apologize, but I will make a concentrated effort for you. Just anything. Just say, hey, fucking, you know, Dave's awesome. Leave that comment.
Yeah.
I'll reply back. Say he's all right. He's not fucking loaded up on bath salts. But yeah. So there we go. Great. I mean, think about this. 2025. One, what to me is like it's hard to believe I've been. We this is going on year 6
Right.
of Fans in Motion and the podcast, but it's hitting 5 years here in a couple months from when I started with Night Ranger. And I think back to when I first met them, and there's really only two of us left. It's me and Ed and Koki. Steve Koken, the lighting director. And it's just like wow. There's been guitar techs and drum techs and multiple changes, and it's
Sound
just
guys, yeah, tons of
it's
it.
like fuck. It's about my time to be fired. Um, but yeah, it's hard to believe that wow, fuck. I've been doing this for 5 years. Uh, so. And I remember when we first started, doing this in 21, it's like, wow, yeah, 26, they're even going to be a Night Ranger. Still out there chugging,
Here
man.
we are.
All right, Dave. Well, thank you for joining me. Say goodbye to everybody, and hopefully they have a good 26. Hopefully we see
Happy
everybody at a lot of Night Ranger shows.
Happy New Year, everyone. Make it a great 26, and we will see you at all the shows.
Yes, and remember this. That's my heart beating for all you. I appreciate you. Thanks.
I've tried and tried to tell you it's not the way